So what do we do? Seriously, I mean, this is getting at questions that have been raised by a number of colleagues. Gambling is out there. It's actually happening.
Yes.
And with the arrival of the internet is even easier, even more prevalent. You're addressing a serious moral issue here, and I'm not quite sure what the appropriate public policy stance is at this point. We could put a whole lot more money into support for problem gamblers and prevention and all that, but would that really work? Does it work?
It's not a guarantee. I'm not qualified to say that it works. I don't think there's any panacea or any simple solution to this problem. I think there's 2 points. Again, that conflict of interest, and somehow in provincial regulations, we need the provincial gambling organizations to separate the profit motive from care for and prevention of addiction. I'm not aware of particularly how they should do that, but I would think the best way to do it would be to either remove it completely from the purview of the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation, and ensure that they set aside a set percentage or a set amount, hopefully a set percentage of gambling revenue, so that as revenue increased, that funding would increase. The other thing we have to deal with is the fact that provincial governments are relying on this revenue. And it's an easy way to increase revenue because people don't decry an expansion of gambling in the same way they do a raising of taxes, for example. Or cutting of services. So one of the recommendations that I make in this paper about gambling's biggest addict is that, focusing on Ontario, take all of the profits from gambling, put them towards paying down the deficit, and take away the profit motive for governments except where they would have an increased zeal to pay down debt. Take it out of general revenue and use it for that purpose alone. And then I think we would have a chance at least of addressing the reliance on the revenue, while also with separating it out from the lottery corporations, have a chance to ensure that the problem of problem gambling would receive the attention and the resources that it deserves.